Summer is just around the corner, and that means more time spent outside in the sun. Today is Melanoma Monday, a day designated by the American Academy of Dermatology to raise awareness for the most dangerous form of skin cancer. Melanoma is now the most common cancer in people ages 25 to 29. Dr. Noelle Sherber is a DC-based dermatologist, and Becca Glover Watkins, a patient of hers. Dr. Becca, thank you both for being here today. Doctor, let me start with you. Becca is a relatively young person. I was raised right by my mama. I'm not going to ask you. But as we said before, and maybe it's worth repeating again, it is the most common cancer in people ages 25 to 29. Is this becoming a young person's disease? Very much so, and it's a very important point as today we work to raise awareness about prevention and early detection of skin cancer, that young people are getting melanoma more and more frequently. And we think part of it may be that the message has gotten out there about wearing your sunscreen and protecting your skin, but people kind of give themselves a little cheat on vacation and do what we call binge tanning. And this intermittent sun exposure of a warm weather vacation, a lot of sun, intermittently, may be contributing to this increased rate of melanoma.
What about the tanning beds?
Not a good thing. In fact, a very bad thing when it comes to melanoma. That sort of radiation stimulates those pigment-producing cells in a way that's not natural. And we think that people who use tanning beds are at a really elevated risk of melanoma compared to others. And that may be why young women, ages 18 to 39, are increasing the rates of melanoma 6% per year.
Well, Becca, let me ask you, how was it detected and what was your reaction when you got the news from Dr. Sherber?
Well, I found out that I had a little spot of melanoma that Dr. Sherber was able to diagnose for me earlier this fall. It was a little scary at first, but one of the first things that I noticed about it was that it changed a lot, and it didn't look like any other spot on my arm.
In hindsight, was it a sun protection issue for you? Were you going to tanning beds?
I was not. I actually didn't go to a tanning bed ever, but what I did do is I spent a lot of time outside. And early on, I started using sunscreen, but sometimes you just get a little bit unlucky.
Well, doctor, let's talk about the signs. What are the signs that we can all look for? Becca just said it was a spot that didn't look like anything else on her body.
And that's a very important point. A lot of people think melanoma is going to be a black dot, and that's what they're looking for on their skin. But often melanoma is an ugly duckling. It's a spot that does not look like any of your other spots, and that's a really good indication that you need to see a dermatologist and have it checked.
What are the chances of survival? It is a deadly cancer. I imagine detection plays a big role in this.
Absolutely.
Early detection.
And that is still our best weapon in the fight against melanoma. In Becca's case, the melanoma was caught very early. It had not spread, and the 5-year survival in that case is 98%. So we consider that Becca is really cured. But if it spreads, your survival goes down to 15% at 5 years.
Well, from your smile, you look cured, that's for sure. What was the treatment for Becca?
We just removed the spot and a safety margin of skin around it. And a lot of people are scared to go to the dermatologist because they're worried about what treatment will entail. But again, if you get it caught early, we just numb up the skin and remove it. It's not a big surgery. And in fact, we can make the scars look pretty nice with laser treatment and things. So it really is better safe than sorry.
Okay, I'm getting the big wrap, but it is Melanoma Monday. So what is your final piece of advice for our audience right now?
Get your skin checked. Once a year is a good time frame for most people. If you have any family history of melanoma, get checked sooner than later. If you notice any spots that are changing or not like the others, go see your dermatologist.
Dr. Sherber, we appreciate it.
Thank
Becca,
you, Will.
thank you for coming in and sharing some of your story.